Yep. Guess it looks like I'm back here once again with, of course, all of my cosplays once again, so yeah, I guess you can see where I'm getting at for sure, so yeah. Hey guys, this is Ackley, SamAttack4427 here with, of course, another special video for all of you guys, and yeah, I guess if you couldn't tell, probably by the time I'm recording this, I'm shooting this video exactly after I just got off work today, which has actually been going quite well, to be honest, and yeah, keeping things nice and steady, aside from, of course, making videos for sure, so anyways, I decided to, of course, go back to, of course, my closet, where, of course, I have my cosplays out and about for sure, just to talk about something that also involves me and my experience with, of course, cosplays for sure, and quite frankly enough, it does revolve a certain subject matter that I've been tackling upon for, of course, the past few years now for sure, and yeah, I think I might as well go into a depth on that right about now for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, for the past several years for sure, I've actually done quite a whole lot of cosplays for sure. Pretty much so far, I think the ones I've actually done so far are, of course, mostly male characters, and of course, pretty much on top of all that, I also do gender-bent versions of female characters for sure, which, yeah, I guess quite frankly is not much for sure, but hey, I think I always love a good variety to, of course, my style of cosplays for sure. And again, whether it be the ones I would buy online, or of course the ones I would make myself, they always actually turn out pretty good for sure. However, for the past decade now, I think you did start to notice a bit of a recent thing that's going on that I had in addition to all of that, because yeah, I think it is actually quite something for me to actually talk about for sure, because aside from cosplaying as male characters and gender-bent versions of female characters, believe it or not, when it comes to the latter, there is something that I've actually done for sure that really took a lot of people by surprise for sure, and that being, of course, where I try my hand at cosplaying, well, actual female characters for sure, so yeah, pretty much of anything, pretty much what I mean by that is, of course, on top of course, what I did originally when I first started making cosplays for sure, I tried my hand at, of course, another thing that's pretty much quite popular in the cosplay world, that being, of course, crossplay. What is crossplay, you may ask? Well, it's pretty much a combination of the two words that you think of, cosplay, of course, and, of course, cross-dressing for sure, so yeah, you know exactly what I mean by the latter, where, of course, men actually pretty much take men be in women's clothing and women be in men's clothing for sure, so yeah, that's actually something that has been going on for some time, and yeah, pretty much of anything, cross-playing has actually been pretty much been going on ever since cosplaying first began for sure, and I don't know who started this whole cross-playing trend for sure, but let's just say it's been going on for quite some time now, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, but I myself have actually jumped on board in this trend for sure, because yeah, there are a good number of cosplays that I've done where, of course, it does follow through into, of course, the cross-playing trend for sure, which, of course, consists of course, Miss Kobayashi from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and, of course, two Genshin Impact cosplays that I've done, following up to, of course, Venti, which is, of course, Amber, and my most recognizable one, Barbara, so yeah, and of course, as of earlier this year, since I did mention pretty much on my gender-bent cosplays, one of them I did, which is, of course, on Ruby Rose from RWBY, I actually did, of course, my take on, of course, pretty much her, RWBY's Beacon Dance outfit from Volume 2 of RWBY, so yeah, I think it's, I guess it is something that I've been doing for quite some time now, and of course, I've been getting a lot of comments and stuff from, of course, a lot of people are saying, wait, why are you dressing up like a girl even though you're a guy, for sure. So yeah, it's not just comments that I've actually got on the internet. I've also pretty much had a few people look at me go like, huh? So yeah, but I guess in order to really answer all that for sure, and just to help clear things up for sure, I think I might as well go into depth, of course, on why I've actually decided to, of course, follow through, of course, this idea for sure. So yeah, quite frankly, I think, I know when I actually first started, I usually go for, of course, pretty much the first two that I actually would start off with, of course, male characters and gender-bent versions of female characters for sure, and I think what prompted me to, of course, go for this whole cross-playing thing, even though I had no idea, of course, what I was in for the hag, I think it was probably back in 2019 for sure, because yeah, I think one cosplay that I did mention, Miss Kobayashi from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Believe it or not, I did originally want to do it as like a gender bang cosplay for sure, but upon further examination and looking at the character herself, I did thought to myself, yeah, I actually gave it some thought, and I figure, you know what, maybe I should try my hand in going for cosplaying as the actual character herself for sure, just to help me save a lot of time for sure. So quite frankly, I actually went for exactly that for sure, and luckily enough, I think ever since I actually did show off that cosplay right around early 2020, and this was long before I debuted at TorCon over in 2022, pretty much mainly because of what's going on with the pandemic for sure around that time. So yeah, quite frankly, I think he actually did pull off quite well, and the cosplay itself actually turned out really great. I was really impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen by far for sure. So yeah, that is, of course, pretty much a Google little start for sure, but it wouldn't be until over a year later when pretty much around the time Genshin Impact was, of course, getting really popular for sure, and of course, I did come off of course, showing off my Venti cosplay from that Sega game, and of course, around the time I actually first knew about the game, when I first heard about it, even after it first came out, I've actually set myself to do like a whole trilogy of course, these cosplays that I would do from that Sega game with not just Venti, but also try my hand at, of course, going for Amber and Barbara for sure. So when the time came for me to do something as a follow-up to my Venti cosplay, I figure what Genshin Impact character I would do in my trilogy that I wanted to do, and I kind of figure, well, why don't I give Barbara a fair shot? So yeah. Quite frankly, it took a long time to get the hag cosplay for sure, even after I ordered it off of FM Anime, and of course, when I finally got it in my hands, I was quite thrilled with, of course, what I've actually seen for sure, and and of course, pretty much from what I can recall in my mindset, when I was about to when I was about ready to show it off for sure through some pictures, and I think my mind, yeah, I was literally thinking to myself that a lot of people are going to comment on, of course, pretty much my post saying, what are you wearing? Yeah, I thought it was going to be a massive blow for sure, that a lot of people would be turned off of it right away and would just be absolutely angry that I would do it, and I would just stop right there. But honestly enough, when I actually first showed off the pictures of me and my Barbara cosplay, the exact opposite happened. A lot of people seem to really enjoy that for sure, and yeah, even following afterwards when I posted my set of TikToks that I did in my Barbara cosplay, people just can't get enough of it for sure. And even on Instagram, that a lot of people seem to think that I done really quite well for sure. So quite frankly, I actually was really quite thrilled on how well it actually turned out, and given to, of course, the results I've actually seen, I kind of, yeah, I pretty much thought to myself, you know what? I should probably keep going with this. Yeah, seeing how a lot of people loved it for sure. So yeah, that's actually pretty much what I actually got by far. With of course something that I actually added in. I think pretty much on top of doing male characters and gender-bent versions of female characters when it comes to my cosplays, I do also decide to mix things up a bit and actually go for the cross-play aspect of things and actually go for cosplaying as actual female characters for sure. Just as a good way to mix things up a bit for sure. And luckily enough, that did follow through pretty much quite well, because ever since my first barber cosplay that I did follow suit, of course. Yeah, pretty much followed up to, of course, that said cosplay with, of course, I did her summertime sparkle outfit. I pretty much did her Christmas outfit, and of course, still one of my favorites out of all the barber cosplays that I've done, when I did her as a ballerina. So yeah, that's actually what I couldn't get enough of for sure. And luckily enough, I was also able to finish up my trilogy of Genshin Impact cosplays that I planned out originally for sure, with of course Amber from that Sega game, which yeah, actually turned out quite well. Like, I was really quite thrilled how well it turned out, and for those who are wondering, yes, hopefully maybe later on down the road, I will plan on doing more Genshin Impact cosplays for sure, just to really keep things going with it, and of course not pretty much stick with, of course, the 3 that I've actually done so far to complete my so-called trilogy. So yeah, and of course, pretty much following afterwards, I did take a break from, of course, all that, and of course, once again, pretty much in regards to my gender-bang Ruby Rose cosplay, I did mix it up a bit and did try my hand, and of course, doing my take on her Beacon Dance outfit, which, yeah, quite frankly, consists of course, the, pretty much, this, yeah, this, of course, this dress that I got off of FM Anime, which, yeah, I still have to say, still turned out quite well, but also including the dance tights and dance briefs, and of course, pretty much also include the, pretty much the headband with all the, pretty much the roses attached to it, almost like a little, nice little, pretty much rose, like pretty much a headband for decoration and stuff, or maybe a rose crown or tiara, whatever you want to call it. And of course, let's not forget to mention, I even got these pair of Sailor Mars shoes off of Easy Cosplay, and yeah, even did a little, pretty much did something a little in the lines of decorating for a bit, and actually glue on pretty much a couple of fake roses onto it, almost like pretty much they would be like a nice fancy schmancy pair of heels for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could say, of course, on that front. And yeah, I think I know it's far different from the Black Pumps Ruby wore in, of course, the episode she was in that Sega outfit for sure. But hey, I need to mix things up a bit for sure. So yeah. And yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that front. And oh yeah, let's not forget to mention, seeing of how I did mention Barbara's Christmas outfit, I even got these pair of course, Sophia Asgard shoes that I also got from FM Anime, and yeah, even glued a bag with all these materials and decorations and stuff to make them look like a really nice pair of Christmas-themed Mary Jane shoes for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I could say on, of course, that front. So yeah, I think it's probably, I think, what I could say on, of course, that front. So you might be wondering to yourself, why would I actually want to go that route for sure? Well, again, it's pretty much what I actually mentioned for sure. I wanted to go for something a little different on top of course, what I normally do when it comes to my cosplays for sure, because, yeah, quite frankly, each and every one of us does have their own style for sure, and if you were to actually stick with the exact same style over and over again, it will, yeah, I think it will start to get stale pretty fast, so you gotta mix things up a bit to really amp up your A game for sure, and that's something that I thought would be a clever idea with, of course, my cosplays for sure. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love doing pretty much cosplaying male characters and gender-bent versions of female characters, especially when I first started out for sure. But I knew right away that I don't want to stick with it all the time. I gotta mix things up a bit to do something different to stay relative for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much why I actually got for sure. In fact, I know a lot of people will, of course, be turned off by, of course, what I've actually said for sure, and especially pretty much the people who thought what I'm doing is a terrible idea would, of course, make the situation even worse. Well, we'll really bear this in mind. In terms of course, cross-dressing, I mean, really, let's face it, cross-dressing has been around for quite some time now, even since the dawn of time for sure, and I'm not ashamed to admit that there are still a good number of people out there that are still doing this by far, whether it be for the better or for the worse. Yeah, like, of course, comedians such as, of course, Eddie Izzard and Monty Python did incorporate cross-dressing for sure, but that's mainly through comedy for sure, to see if that can actually make you laugh, and they're definitely funny as hell for sure, and still entertaining to watch for sure, and let's not forget to mention, even before any of us were born for sure, going back in time to the medieval days for sure, or even the Renaissance by far, William Shakespeare, when he actually did his plays and stuff. Fun fact, actually, during the days of Shakespeare, women were not allowed to play women's roles in, of course, any of Shakespeare's plays back in the day. So men had to, of course, play the women's roles by far, to which, yeah, I guess if anything, probably, I guess, from the sounds of it, it does sound completely sexist by far, to which, yeah, it could be quite debatable for sure, but really bear that in mind. That is, of course, exactly what happened several years ago for sure, and that's even before women were allowed to, of course, be in some well-known plays and stuff for sure, and probably to the best of my knowledge, there are a good number of pretty much theater companies out there that are pretty much that have taken influence from the days of Shakespeare and actually did the same thing by far. So yeah, kind of my point for sure, and so yeah, that's actually a few good examples that I could give that, of course, cross-dressing has been around for quite some time now for sure, and yeah, and hey, pretty much if anything, if it's actually done right, then I think chances are you can actually do something quite creative with it and actually be really go all out there and actually do something quite incredible, so that way people can actually look at it and be like, wow, that is actually amazing, I can't get enough of it, and believe it or not, a lot like everyone else for sure, that's something that I've actually been doing for of course a few years now with, of course, my cosplays for sure. As much as I do love going as pretty much male characters and gender-bent versions of female characters, I think it actually feels great to go for the cross-playing route and, of course, try my hand at, of course, going for actual female characters for sure, and yeah, ever since pretty much it really took off quite well, pretty much with my Barbara cosplay, with, of course, my Miss Kobayashi cosplay as the main starter for sure, I think it actually did turn out quite well, and luckily enough, I did also have several plans for, of course, future pretty much cosplays that I got that do range in the cross-playing route for sure, so yeah, pretty much, so far, I think the ones that I got planned out is, of course, I would do, pretty much over half of the, Pretty Cure, cosplays, where, of course, I would, go for, playing, pretty much cosplaying as, most of the actual, Pretty-Cures, for sure, just to see a great, lineup, while the other half will, of course, consist of course, me doing, my best at gender-bent versions of, those said characters, and of course, yeah, that's actually one good example by far, and since I did mention my Ballerina Barber cosplay, that actually is, of course, one other thing I should mention for sure, because, yeah, as a follow-up to, of course, this adorable little outfit, as you can, yeah, see here, yeah, I guess it's probably the best I can... Oh. Excuse me one moment. Yeah, sorry about that. I guess it looks like the hanger that's attached to my Ballerina Barber cosplay sadly broke for some reason. So yeah, that really put me in an awkward predicament. But don't worry, I'll see about getting that sorted out for sure. But hey, I guess in regard to, of course, my Ballerina Barber cosplay, I actually do have plans to, of course, do a follow-up to that, where, of course, I would do my best at a practice outfit for that said idea for sure. And of course, I do also have plans to, of course, do Princess Tutu from, well, Princess Tutu, and Star Guardian Oriana from League of Legends, to which, yeah, currently as of now, they're currently in the works as we speak, but hey, I'll know for sure once I actually do get them going, and that's just on top of everything else that I got planned out for sure, so yeah, only time will tell on when that's actually gonna happen, but I'll be really excited to see how that'll turn out for sure, so yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could say on that front, in regards to, of course, pretty much one aspect in regards to my cosplays for sure. I do hope that eventually I'll do plan on doing more, yeah, doing more stuff like this for sure, but of course, with time and money being the main factor for sure, it is probably going to take some time for sure, but we'll have to wait and see on that for sure, so yeah, and for those who are thinking that what I'm doing is crazy, well, that's actually what I thought at first, pretty much when I decided to go for this route. Yeah, what I'm doing was originally crazy for sure, but ever since the great response I actually got, it's actually starting to grow and evolve a whole lot more, so yeah, and I do hope that I'll actually plan on doing more stuff like this in the near future, but again, only time will tell on, of course, that front, so we may never know, hands down, but I guess until then, I'll still really, I think I'll still keep on doing what I need to do in regards to my cosplays, and I do hope for something like this coming up in the near future, so yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front for sure, and for those people that are thinking that they're still rolling their eyes on, of course, why I actually got planned down, but yeah, I think to that I say that's totally fine if you don't like what I'm doing, but I guess if anything, hopefully once you get the full-on details, you'll always be one good example of someone who would possibly wouldn't get the idea of cosplay nonetheless for sure, but I'm getting way too ahead of myself for sure, so but hey, I think it's what I can say, of course, on that front for sure. It's part of the style that I'm still keeping on going with for years to come, and I do hope it'll stay that way for the future of my cosplays for sure, so yeah, and I guess on that thought, I'll pretty much do exactly that, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and by all means, let me know in the comment section below on what you thought about, well, my thoughts on, of course, all that for sure, so yeah, I guess that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and yeah, I assure you that for the next video, they won't be these response/rant videos that I'll do all the time for sure, but hey, I think I need to mix things up a bit for sure, so So yeah, but I guess until the next video, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and plenty more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.